Well, here we go. 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are underway for the last time in 2024. The THR cars lead us away. We've got Tom Stevens leading the race into turn 1. He'll cover off Adam Maguire. And around the outside comes Jarl Tyen, but he should slot in. Hopefully it's all clean further back. It's very difficult in these conditions, especially with the spray. You can't really see what's going on. The driver taking a look on the outside was Mark Schluter, and Robin Pansar getting involved as well, and Pansar goes to 4th. I'm surprised the start was so clean, but that's a welcome surprise at that. And Chris Shepherd gets 9th position.
So this is Ben just ahead of Lucas Filing. And he, through Curva de Sol. I don't think he was tapped from behind. I think he just lost it on his own there.
Yeah, and look at Schluter now on the inside of Pansar. And Mark Schluter goes back through to 4th position as we go down towards turn 4. And this is Krop on the outside. And Krop hits the back of Matthew Williams there and spins him around. You can just lock up a wheel and go into the back of the car in front of you much easier than you can in the dry. And there it is from on board Matthew Williams. Grankvist going for the overtake now on the straight. He got the slipstream and also a face full of spray, but importantly he got the slipstream and does go around the outside. Makes the move, covers it off, very good.
Is Fisher side by side with Alex Lahou, just like on the first lap, and now the Intershot, aka Hero, has got the inside, but Lahou is not done with him yet. They hit wheels again out of Curva de Sol. And on the run down to the Retroposta, it's still side by side. Fisher going for 13th position. Lahou holds it round the outside as they go into turns 4 and 5. But Dylan Fisher inches his way ahead on those inters, and off goes Lahou and into the wall.
That is absolutely a retirement for Alex Lahou. There's a difference of tyres there between Lahou and Fisher, and you'd expect Lahou to have a little bit more grip, but you can see him just losing control as he oh goodness, I'm very lucky not to flip the car over, not that it really matters. There's a move from Sergio Fletcher getting up to 9th place, passing Chris Shepherd.
Here's Hygo Poom. Yeah, this is him getting back past Chris Shepherd. So are we starting to lean into territory with the rain easing off? It's still wet conditions.
And we've lost both of the Stax racing cars. Damn. Well, Stax are confined to the very back of the championship standings then.
Yeah, look at this. Hygo going to the outside once more on a McGorgy into the center S. He's got the overlap. McGorgy breaks late on the wet, extends the corner, blocks off Hygo Poom.
We do expect everyone to make pit stops nonetheless because the wets are not designed to last 71 laps.
Fletcher.
And there,
double move from Fletcher.
Look at that, goes to the inside. He went to the outside of Poom, he goes to the inside of McGorgy. They're 3 wide, they're touching wheels coming through turn 2. Now through turn 3, still side by side. And a massive slide on the exit, and he's going to get gobbled up. That's a bit of a shame, really. I was about to compliment him for a fantastic double overtake, and he actually loses a place.
He has made a double overtake and all that. Dylan Fisher, not just past Fletcher, but past Poom as well. Carlos Martin escaping out the road, and McGorgy doing his job for him. But here comes Dylan Fisher up the inside in the middle sector on those inters, and he's going to take Hygo with him. Owen is going to be absolutely stranded if he's not careful here. Hygo to the outside at Pico di Pato, and look, Dylan Fisher breaks a little bit to create space for Hygo Poom as well. Fantastic teamwork from AKA Hero.
This is Jarl Tyen taking 2nd, so this is when he passed Adam Maguire. Up the straight, goes to the inside. Relatively straightforward manoeuvre there in the nocturne. We're going to see a replay of Jan Grankvist's presumed spin.
That's McGorgy and Shepherd he's fighting with, and they go 3 wide into the center S. Oh, that is not ideal. And yeah, Shepherd was sort of sandwiched in the middle there.
Just gets closed off. Well, hopefully not too much damage. Whoa! Goodness me, what a moment there. And Lucas Stylen, unfortunately, is out of the race.
Oh, and this is how it happened then. So,
and bang! There we go. So that's how Lucas Stylen retired from the race. It was contact with Moritz Krop through no fault of his own. You can see he was trying to give him as much room as he possibly could. And this is Maguire, having made his pit stop, making up these positions on drivers who have not yet made their stops. Went through on Lalu. Stevens pits from the lead. Jarl Tyen also pits, so Mark Schluter will lead the race. And side by side, Jarl Tyen. Oh, and there might be contact here with Lalu. Lalu runs over the curb on the outside, and Tyen gets the move done. Nicely done.
Mark Schluter now has got to pit in response to Tom Stevens and Jarl Tyne and Robin Pansar and Carlos Martin committing to that same strategy then. So, yeah, AK Hero could well stay out here, and that could give Fisher and Poom track position.
And Stevens goes to second. Steven passes Poom on the road. And here comes the move. Tom Stevens going to the inside of Subido de boxes and goes through, and Fisher will dart into the pit lane. Poom will stay out a lap longer, and here's Jarl Tyne making that move for second position in the race, just as he did the first time round. He does it again, and Maguire has nothing to say to him. The move, Steinhangraf getting it down Decido Dulagu, the descent to the lake, and around the outside he goes, just finds the extra grip. It's raining again, just like at the beginning, and now we've got two intermediate shod runners side by side, with Fisher going for it on Tomasz Vok to be the top driver on the intermediate tyres. Oh goodness, very little space left down the straight, nearly crowding him to the outside. Fisher gets the brakes a little later, finds himself on that wider line, now up towards Ferradura, over the curb. They're still side by side, look at this. And it's Fisher who covers it off. Very good move that took him several corners. Meanwhile, Schluter is side by side with Maguire. This is for third position. And there it is, relatively straightforward there for Mark Schluter. Matthew Williams now going for a move on Daniel Stepkowski into turn 1. This is for 14th place. Inters versus full wets. Touch, little contact. Gets away with it, 14th place.
And here comes Heiko Poom making a move on the RSR of Thomas Vack, who continues to fade away on 23-lap-old Inters.
Meanwhile, Jarl Tyne is in the pits and Mark Schluter has followed him in, so we once again have a THR 1-2. Maguire, unlike in the first stint, staying out longer. Williams rubbing wheels now with Lalu for 13th position, and still side by side towards Junsao. Williams 13th, his Handgraf fighting with Sakura. Has Sakura still not pitted in this race, like at all?
Nope, he hasn't. He's gone all in on the Inters.
Goodness me.
Sure, this is going to be straightforward for Heimgraf. Brakes super late compared to the Epic Racer going to turn 1, and through he goes into the top 9, which would be his best result of the season if Stein can stay there. There's Mark Schluter. He's just pit, and he's come out right behind Heiko Poom.
Was Schluter ahead of time before the stops? I don't think he was he?
And here's Schluter's pit stop.
And this was the stop that got him ahead of Jarl Tyne in the first place, up and down very quickly indeed. Meanwhile, here is that fight. Mark Schluter and Jarl Tyne both going past Heiko Poom on the outside. They're side by side towards turn 1. Big dive from Jarl Tyne back to the inside. These two have already made contact this year. They rub wheels again. They come through turn 2. Turn 3 now. Tyne has the inside. Tyne gets back through. And Stevens comes in from the lead of the race. Let's see where Stevens will come out in relation to his main rivals. Pansar leads the race now.
He's gone for the Inters. He's gone for the Inters.
Okay, so it hasn't updated itself yet. We still
Fisher
see him on wet. Has Fisher? Yes, so Fisher through on Stevens.
Tom Stevens put a lap too late there. He's been basically undercut by not switching to Inters early enough.
We're at the halfway point in the race. Here's the move. To the outside goes Tom Stevens, and through. Back into what could end up being the net lead of the race goes Tom Stevens.
Oh, very early move there. Uphill into Ferradura, and Jarl Tyne up to third.
Pansar into the pits now. Stevens will retake the lead of the race. Vin Glenn, the top.
Look at Fletcher. All over the show, Sergio. And now he's going for 2 and 1 once again. Here he goes into the center S. He sticks him to the outside, takes the inside, and Stepkowski is dispensed with. Vin Glenn is passed as well, and Sergio Fletcher up to 12. And here comes Adam Maguire, finally on Fisher.
He's caught him, and he gets him up the inside. Maguire up into 4th position. We've now got Martin side by side with Poom. Round the outside, good move from Martin. He'll get the inside for the next turn. Steinhangraf, this is his move on Tomasz Vok. Through he goes. And does make the move stick. Technically, and yep, Schluter does go for the move on Tyne, goes up the inside and does go through into 2nd position. Good move. And this is Jan Grangfist retiring from the race. Was it an accident? Yeah, loses it through turn 2, has a spin, goes across the track and bonk into the barriers.
As Martin goes around the outside of Fisher. So yeah, those the AKA heroes staying out on the Inters is really starting to hurt them here as Panzer gets past Heiko Poom. Into the pits comes Dylan Fisher.
And Heiko Poom.
Fresh Inters, yeah.
And there's Poom fighting with Tomasz Wok. 9th position, Hygo Poom. Oh, and side by side, Hygo Poom and Sergio Fletcher here. 8th position. The Akia Hero cars now, 7th and 8th. Mark Schluter is within a second of Tom Stevens now. Yard Tyre pits. He's decided to make that pit stop and try to make the time up on the track, as has Adam Maguire.
Surely they've got to pit to get to the end here, because if they stay out, they're going to be vulnerable. And Schluter, it's Schluter who pulls the trigger first.
And there he is, coming out just ahead of Robin Panzer. That's very important. And Schluter has passed Martin because Martin's in the pits. And Panzer pits. Okay, so tying through into 3rd place.
And now Fletcher up the inside of Stepkowski as they go through the final corner up the Subido to boxes.
Martin around the outside now. He'll have the inside for turn 2 and does get past Dylan Fisher. That was the clean, decisive move that he needed to pull.
Oh, Stevens is in. Stevens is giving up. He knows he's going to get caught, so he's going for the fresh inters.
And surely that is a concession of defeat, because Tom Stevens will not be able to catch Mark Schluter from here. Schluter is just too good on those fresh intermediate tyres. Mark Schluter takes the lead of the race, and he will lead the race by 4 seconds over Yard Tyre. Where does Stevens come out? He's behind Yard Tyre now. Graves
on the full wets.
The full wet tyres. And here is Stein Hangraf still fighting with Tomasz Wok. Goes around the outside and goes up into 9th position.
Tyne is pitting.
Wow. Yard Tyre pits from 2nd place. He's going for
full wet.
And here comes Yard Tyre. Goes up into 5th position. There he goes. Yard Tyre P5. Stevens is definitely being held up by this traffic now. It's 2 drivers who are fighting with each other and do not want to get out of the way, but they have to because blue flags are mandatory in this series.
Ooh.
There we go.
Glenn. Oh, and he's lost it. That was the final points-paying position, and Stepkowski, by tucking in behind Stevens at turn 4, has dived underneath Glenn and stolen 15th place.
And here he comes. Yard Tyre, who ducked to the inside earlier on, will do the same thing again. This time there's only 1 position up for grabs rather than 2. They are going at it on the apex though.
Oh.
And powers his way around the outside. And Tyne does get through into 4th place. And here is Sergio Fletcher fighting with Tomasz Wok for 10th position. Again on the outside. Ooh, bit slidey. But gathers it up. Gets the inside line. They touch. And they get away with it. I tell you what, I was just about to say, I'm amazed by how clean the drivers have actually been through those first 2 corners today. Yes, there was a collision involving Grankvist earlier on, and there have been a few wheel-rubbing moments as Fletcher does get 10th place now up the inside of Tomasz Wok.
And Fletcher there.
Yeah, he just passed Stein Hangraf down towards turn 1, so that's 9th place for Sergio Fletcher. And this will be his 3rd victory of the season. Mark Schluter out of the final corner and will win the race for Edge Esports. Fantastic stuff. And he will be delighted with that one. 2nd place and 2nd in the championship will be Tom Stevens. And that confirms THR as the team's champion of 2024. A fantastic season all around from THR. And a wonderful double podium to wrap it off with Stevens 2nd and Maguire 3rd. Mark Schluter, of course, won the race. But Tom Stevens and Adam Maguire will take the headlines, wrapping up THR's 2nd team's championship in a row from just 2 seasons in GPVWC Super League. Yard Tyre in 4th position, could have been a championship contender had he done the full year. Carlos Martin in 5th position. Then Robin Panzer, Dylan Fisher and Hygo Poom. Sergio Fletcher, the rookie, P9. Stein Hangraf, P10. Good performance from him, only his 2nd top 10 finish. Tomasz Wok, P11, then Matthew Williams, P12, Jukka-Pekka Lalu, P13, the only points for Super Venturi today. He's had a very tough season. Daniel Stepkowski, P14, and then Jeffrey Fournier paying the last points-paying finish to Epic Racing Team. He will get 1 point for his efforts. No points, unfortunately, for any of the debutants today. Vin Glenn and Jan Sakura just missing out, but congratulations to them for getting to the end of this one. Chris Shepard, P18, then Owen McGorgy, P19, and Moritz Kropp finished in P20. We only had 20 cars finishing the race, and then you have a whole host of retirements there, both HRTs, both Stacks, both Pescaras, both Virtual Drivers by TX3s, as well as Pushkate, and of course, importantly, Jan Grankvist, our world champion, failed to get to the end of the race as well.